myself, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love.
Alright, we're back in with the action. Apologies for that. Looks like that third round did go the way of MetriX. As expected, that full buy in the last round would not have really worked out too much and would have depleted their money very badly into the third round. And looks like a first kill coming the way. Make that a second, although G-Zone with a great comeback as well. Finds a quick double and making it even Stevens on the numbers.
Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us.
Good God, apologies about that one. Doesn't look like we missed too much though. Not quite sure what happened there. Looks like I forgot to mute the stream while I was checking to see if it had gone live or not. But it does look, whoa, what's this coming through? This is G-Zone, very aggressive down the middle and finding two more shots before being taken down by Luke Peef. But that's very aggressive and completely unexpected by the T's. Although now that it's a 1v2 and actually Luke Peef might not be able to get himself a free bomb plant here as Abakul has been very, very quick on the rotations. Ooh, we'll take him down. So that's the first round on the board for LDV. Done well there to kind of recoup in the first full buy. But given how successful the last few rounds have been for MetriX, I don't expect them to have to half buy anytime soon. And yep, that's a full buy coming through, full armor, full utility. You love to see it. On the CT side, it's very much the same, although G-Zone and Abakul haven't got helmets. But to be fair, on T side, especially with a buy like this, it doesn't really matter, because if you get hit in the head with an AK, it's a one-shot regardless. It's really only helpful against the Galil and anything below that, really. So in this fifth round against a full buy, didn't quite make it work last round, but maybe they could find something different this time. They're playing it a bit more slowly, not really going very quickly into a site, probably waiting for some more aggression to come through from the CT side before they try anything. Maybe try and find an opening kill before attacking towards a site. They are slowly advancing though, and they've chosen the right side to go to for the moment, because they're effectively in a 4v2 right now. The rotation is very long on Inferno. And that flash is beautiful. Can't quite find the kill though. Abakul fluffing his lines a little bit. And that's going to call in another rotation. Now the T's try and throw some utility towards A side to try and get something done. But King Skunk finds two, although Yorick has taken down Abakul. The site is theirs, but not with a firm grasp. The bomb will go down, but he's very vulnerable to being sprayed down through the smoke here. Especially as that smoke in CT is starting to fade. Same with near coffins. I'm not sure where Ostenerino was aiming at, but he does finally get that kill. And well, G-Zone and RBX are going to clean that up quite quickly. Yols and Yorick not being able to get much done in that retake, and LDV start to close that gap a little bit more. So, 2 consecutive rounds of losing. MetriX money is going to be in a bit more of a difficult spot. They have to go for the half buy, Mac 10, Tech 9, P250s, and a Glock on Luke Peef. So really not very much invested into this round at all. A little bit of armor and a little bit of utility on Yorick. But otherwise, this is as eco as you can get. I mean, might still get something out of it. LDV on their full deagle round did manage to get a fair bit of damage done before ultimately losing out. Try and flash their way into some good angles. Haven't really checked short that much. Am I trying to go for a long to B route? That's exactly what these smokes are indicating. And RBX, along with Abakul, are there to meet them and put them 6 feet under. Only one man left now for MetriX. That's Yorick. Ooh, lands a ding. That's actually very good from him. Not even taking any damage with it either. He's got a bit of armor. alongside it. Doesn't have control of the bomb though. With a minute 6, he might be able to win out some of the 1v1s, just depending on how LDV play this. And maybe gain control of the bomb site again. The flash coming through from RBX is going to, force Yorick back a little bit. Although he does win that fight. Brought down to 15 HP in the meantime. And the second swing from the same position won't be expected. AUTHORISED will win out that fight. And LDV have evened up the score. So very well done from them. But now the full buy comes out yet again for MetriX. This time we're seeing the op on y'all. It's not something we've seen so far. And the buy from the CTs is actually not that good. Oh, the SMG, not the SMG, the SG is making mincemeat of those two CTs. Might be able to find himself a third here. There's only one on the B side at the moment. And he's responded with his own smoke. He's going to be ahead of that cross smoke as well, which is big. What? He got the guy behind Pawn in the smoke and then couldn't get the kill onto Pawn, even though he got that ding. 9 HP on Pawn, Yols on 21, so have the man advantage in this one, but would be very vulnerable to these AKs were the CTs to go for this retake, which it doesn't look like they will. So, MetriX finally clawing back around yet again after losing 3 in a row. Will find themselves a bit of a small advantage. And actually with the money that LDV eSports have and the loss bonus just not being there at all, this could be another messy buy. This is not a great buy from the CT side. You had a UMP and I think an MP9 or something. So not the best buy came out from LDV, and it's going to be crucial that they save these two AKs, because in the next round, Abacool and King Skunk, they have no money whatsoever. They'll be down to pistols and maybe some armor. So they're not going to be able to help out that much. Although, oh, look at that. Gzon has dropped, and RBX, they've dropped for their teammates, which is very nice. And King Skunk has been dropped to FAMAS as well. So the buy's going to be a lot better than I was expecting. But if they lose this next one, everyone aside from Gzon is going to be in a pretty tough spot again. Oh, that's not what he wanted. I think he stopped that Molotov's trajectory as well, just so it landed on top of that thatched roof. So he's been his worst enemy in that regard. The flash is going to come through. He's not going to peek behind it, but it might force the T's to fall back a little bit. That's exactly what's happened. It's forced 2 to stop watching the angle, but Austin Areno, he was still there, holding strong. And now RBX is going to go for the buy. He might catch one with the utility. Oh, he gets a lineup. And AUTHORISED from the back is going to find another one. Actually, AUTHORISED killed his teammate. And now Yo's left in a 2v3 alongside his teammate. Oh, what a flick onto AUTHORISED. Makes it a 2v2. Have control of the site now, so the bomb can go down. And this is going to be a tough spot for LDV eSports to be in. They spotted the one in library, and they've smoked off short as well. So King Skunk at the moment, he's not going to be very involved in the retake. You've also got Yorick, long range with the SG, not even scoping in. Finds himself a lot of damage, but not quite able to finish the job. And what a way to isolate the fight. King Skunk does well there, but now Abacool is left in a 1v1. Time's running low, and the health even lower. 5 HP left on him. Goes for the fake defuse, and it was a bit messy, but he did finally get that kill onto Abacool. Will not be able to save the op, actually. So that's going to be a major reinvestment that comes through from MetriX. Again, it's going to stop their economy from fully becoming in a comfortable spot, which is exactly what they want, because then once the loss bonus goes and they start losing rounds, they can buy in again and try and bounce back right away. So, yeah, the LDV money not in a very good spot either. 5 Deagles again. They've done damage with this before. It's a similar setup. Oh, it's a very good nade stack this time, though. Oh, my goodness. The damage done. AUTHORISED finds himself a few more kills. And out of nowhere, the CTs have pulled out a man advantage. Don't have control of the bomb, so they're going to have to recognize that the B-bomb site is clear yet again. Run towards it. Smoke off deep in banana. Do they have a second smoke for the cross? They do, so Yols is going to drop that because Jizon, he's already there. And ready to fight for this. He might just walk through the smoke, you know? The side's against it. Oh, he's done it with the flash. Oh, Yols. Interesting spot to be caught in. The Molotov is going to flush him out. Oh, and there's so many bodies there, but not enough bullets. Pawn can't get enough done. And RBX with the Deagle finds himself a double and an eco win here for LDV eSport. What a way to claw back around. That nade stack, it's not even the first time they've done it, so MetriX should have done better in recognizing what was coming. But that just chewed up a lot of the players. Got a kill as well, and it put 2 players very, very low on health. So that's very good for LDV. They get themselves a plethora of weapons out of it as well. Not everyone gets a weapon. Jizon did go down, along with a few others. But, you know, at least you saved an op. That's the biggest investment that you don't have to take in this next round. And MetriX on their last buy now. The loss bonus not there, having won 2-3 rounds in a row. It's going to be in a poor spot, so they have to make this round work if they want to have a decent buy in the next. But Jizon has found himself a little bit of gap behind those hay bales. Will land a dink. Can't land a second, though. The nade getting another kill, though. RBX is going to finish him off. Y'all's left on 1 HP. Easy pickings for the CT. RBX, a man on a mission at the moment. It's an interesting flash. I don't think that's gone where it was meant to. And then it flashes himself the second time round. The Mag-10 is going to chew up that Opper. Finds himself a Galil. The smoke is going to block him off, though, with 1:05 on the clock, though, to 1v2. This is not completely impossible for Yorick, though. He just has to be patient, choose his angles well, but hasn't cleared pit properly. Will get taken down. RBX with a 4K in the round to put LDV back on even round count, and that's just drained the T economy as well. So MetriX not really going to be able to buy anything in this round at all. Might go for some light pistol upgrades, maybe a little bit of utility for an execute, but otherwise, no, not even that. Gone for a single P250 on Yorick. That is it. The rest of them just on Glocks. So this should be like when the pig goes to the butcher. Gonna run through them all you as well. Abacool and King Skunk doubling up each. Although Australian does get himself a kill, but then Abacool finds himself that last one. King Skunk still with 2. Not had a great game so far, so that's gonna be good for his confidence. Only 5 and 10 at the moment. Luke Peep has had a similarly tough time really warming into this map. 5 kills and 8 deaths. But now the full buys can come back out for MetriX, and 5 AKs versus 4 M1Ss and an AK. Could be an interesting setup because the firepower is very even, especially with that buff that the M4A1S has just gotten. But let's see. Slow T side coming through here, but they're putting a lot of focus on long, and that's where RBX is hiding. He's got King Skunk behind him to try and bring up the rear, and they swing at the perfect time. King Skunk only seeing 1 though, and finding himself 2 more. Occupotter finding the last person near Moto, and MetriX have just been chewed up in this round. Those AKs turned out not to be super effective for them, and the M4A1S has won out comfortably. So they'll have to go for another half buy. And with only 3 rounds left and a half, they're going to have to try and post a few more rounds on the board, because even though Inferno could be considered a little bit more CT-sided, the split is really not that extreme. It's about 55 to 45, I think. And, yeah, in the meat grinder they go again. King Skunk and Abacool finding a lot more kills. King Skunk had himself a tough start at the game, but he's found himself 7 kills in the last 2 rounds. So that's that's a lot of impact to come through from him. Hasn't died either. And this would be, unless they win, the last buy to come through from MetriX. They have to make this one work. Yoel's back on the up. He's been quite good with it so far. And pretty regular setup coming through again. Although I say that, Yoel's ready for it this time. The mid rush coming through from the CT's not working out. Gzon and Akipot are taken down in a collateral. And so 2-man advantage about 10 seconds into a round. This is very quick stuff from MetriX and a very good advantage for them to deal with. Just got to make sure they don't lose any bodies unnecessarily now. Ooh. That's a wallbang that nearly connects. RBX has a bit of an inkling, but he's going to get taken down by Luke Beef. Pawn in the meantime finding himself one more. Can he get the final kill? No, a little bit shaky on the aim. And Yorick goes down as well. King Skunk trying to claw this one back. They know the A side's empty, so the bomb will go there for the plant and the 1v3 retake. You know what? King Skunk might as well go for it. He's got plenty of money. He's going to be able to buy in the last round regardless. So maybe try and pull another bunny out of a hat like they did with the Eco win. What can they get done? King Skunk trying to find himself the avenue of least resistance at the moment. Taking his time. He hasn't got too much time, but with that kit, he can afford to take a little bit slower than usual because it obviously cuts that diffuse time in half, but it doesn't even matter as I can't say that name, Austinerino. You know what? I'm just gonna call him Austin. What an annoying name. Austin gets that final kill. MetriX on a 6 could make it an even half. The buy from LDV is going to be pretty decent. This is the first time we see Gzon on the op as well, I think, except for that time where they picked it up and he wasn't super effective with it. Got taken down by the Mac 10. Decent aid coming through from Abacool. So a few walking wounded for MetriX already. The wallbang not really connecting as there's no one in apartments at the moment for the CTs. Gonna execute towards the B site though, and there's only one CT here. Oh, that's a failed molly. They're gonna run through that CT smoke, just disrespect it completely. And a lot of good damage has been dealt through. Oh. Yorick gets caught out, and through the smoke, the spray not quite landing to the same effect as it did before. But it's a 5v4 retake for LDV, and with the health advantage as well, this should be pretty good unless Yoels hits shots like that, even through the flames. Picks out the body and takes him down. And now it's a 4v4. The time is starting to run a little bit low. Abacool is not in a favorable position here, but he actually doesn't find that kill. RBX, though, finding himself to Abacool, now pouncing from construction, and one man left in hell. It's Austin. Austin can't make it happen. They have time, I'm pretty sure, for the bomb defuse. Yeah, they're comfortably going to win that, and they win out the half, 9-6. So that's pretty good. We do have a little bit of a break before we head towards the second half, so grab yourselves a drink before we get started. And we should be in for a pretty competitive game given how this first half has gone. Alright, it looks like we're ready to get the second half underway. And now MetriX on the CT side, hopefully they can replicate their pistol round from the first half, which I'm aware you guys didn't get to see because we had some small issues with getting the stream started up. But to recap, they had a very good pistol round. It was very, very clean, not a single body lost, and hopefully they can replicate that in the second half. Cool spots one, but he'll be spotted as well. Pawn in apartments playing pretty aggro, but decides to fall back after a little while, and LDV going for the same tactic as MetriX did in the first half, with a very, very slow pistol round, kind of making MetriX sweat a little bit. They've already pulled over rotation towards the A side, and it's the right move to make at the moment, as that's where the T's look to be headed. And those smokes and all will confirm that. Jizon finds the first, and on the site, Pawn, nothing he could do, completely overwhelmed. The site's been locked out for the CTs, the bomb will go down, and LDV might be putting a MetriX special on, and getting themselves a super clean pistol round. Whether MetriX will go for this retake, I don't know. The flash comes in over the top. He might peek off it, doesn't really try and find the timing. Oh, but this is beautiful from Jizon from behind. Finds the first. Yols swings around, though, and finds himself the trade. But now left in a 1v2 with 6 HP. He's going to get nothing done here. A nicely placed headshot from King Skunk will confirm that. And LDV eSports starting off on the right foot here, but a much closer affair than it was in the first pistol round. And with that, MetriX will be able to buy up a little bit more than normal. We'll still go for nothing more than a deagle buy, but we'll have a bit of utility and armor behind the defuse kit as well on Yols, which is good. Allows for them to be a little bit more time-wasty, thorough, tactical with the retake, whichever way you want to put it. And we see the meta in full force here with the grenade drops, as Yorick's been left alone on the B site all by himself with 3 or 4 smokes, and oh god, these MAC-10s, they're just meat grinders, aren't they? Finding themselves all 4 kills on the A site, not a single kill going the way of MetriX, and that's a lot of money in the pocket of the T's now. $600 a pop per kill on the SMG. And given that Jizon got 3 kills with it, he's going to be very, very comfortable financially. So now with this full eco coming through from MetriX, it should be an easy round for LDV. Not quite the same strat as the first we're going for, but the numbers are kind of overwhelming at the moment. Now the MAC-10s rev to life and finish off the kills quickly, but not before Yorick gets one into RBX. So a little bit of extra damage, then a little bit more money that the T's have to spend on their buy. A little bit less comfortable than that player's bank account is going to be. But overall, pretty swift, pretty clean from LDV, aside from obviously that one death. And now the full buy in quotation marks comes through for MetriX. We do see Yols on an auto shotgun. That's an interesting one. That's a weird pop flash to come through, but it's so good. Only 2 kills going the way of MetriX, though. The flash is not as effective as I thought, and Jizon RBX getting a kill apiece. The Molotov going to be just a little bit too late. It's going to force the player off the angle. And the nade lands onto Aki, not doing quite as much damage as he would have hoped. Still alive with 23 HP. There's no one coming through from Banana for the retake. But King Skunk is going to make sure, better to play it safe. The Molotov lands well. Jizon taking a lot of damage. Ooh, a lot of damage. Ooh, although the deagle working pretty well. A long-range headshot with the auto shotgun isn't enough to spare MetriX. And they lose the round. Only 3 to go for LDV, and MetriX in a difficult spot now, not really getting the CT side kickstart of that full buy, not really going their way. And they'll be forced to downgrade to another half buy, but they're running out of rounds to get this done. We'll have to make one of these stick one eventually. Now they go for the same strat as the CTs did last half. And you know what? It's not too bad. The trades have been equal. The damage in favor of LDV, well, now the man advantage as well. But Yorick has picked himself up an AK. They know where he is, so they're going to rotate towards the A site with the bomb. and get that planted. And Yorick, I think he's better off just saving, honestly. But a lot of damage done with nothing but pistols. It's a pretty good spot for them to be in. Even though they won't get the round, they'll only have 2 rounds as a buffer before they lose the map entirely. The head spotted. Yorick takes him down though. The return smoke so he can advance a little bit. The flash to follow around it. Oh, almost landing the 1v2 clutch, but 15 HP makes the difference, and LDV are on 14. So, heading into what could potentially be the final buy for MetriX, with only 2 rounds until the map is over. What are they going to do? The shot lands for Yols. G's are not quite as lucky, so a man advantage for the CTs is not something they've been able to hold on to for very long here in the second half. So this is a good start for them, the best start they've had so far. And falling back into position. We just have to make sure that Akipotter and King Skunk don't find themselves some entries towards the B site or towards the A site. You know, as that smoke is dissipating, the flash will come through. They'll swing off of it. And, ooh, only the dink landed for both CTs. That's just been ripped out of their hands completely. RBX, he's going to be proactive and cut off these rotates in CT as well. And, ooh, Austin. Making it a bit uncomfortable. Oh, and the one tap, so crisp, so clean. With only 20 HP, he still finds the time to land that shot. And now, MetriX, they have to save. They've got the op, they've got an M4. But that's all they're going to be able to bring into this next round. Once this round has concluded, they'll be fighting for overtime, and it's not looking too good for MetriX at the moment. I think this might be the first time they're playing together. So we've seen some good things regardless, but the result, certainly not what they would have wanted. Also playing against a team that seems very well versed and very comfortable with each other. Ooh, Yols misses a shot as well. That's not something you want to do. Look how low all of the players are on LDV. Oop, Yols finds one as well. But I mean, one more bullet, or even 3 more bullets, and this round could have looked so different, because 3 bullets would have gotten them the last 3 kills that they needed. But it's not to be. Hindsight is 20/20, and up against match point now, all they can fight for is overtime now at the least. And the buy, not the best it could be. A little bit limited on utility on Luke and Austin. The FAMAS as well is going to be a little bit of a hindrance against the AKs. Hopefully they have a setup that could maybe counteract their perceived lack in firepower at least. The FAMAS can be a very powerful rifle if you can wield it properly. I mean, I have no idea how to use it. I'm terrible with it. But I have seen players make it work a treat. Looks like heading towards B though. RBX catches Yorick at a very advanced position. Oh, and that's Luke Peef going down as well, without even a kill. The cross is going to be good. The rotate quick from Yols, but basically in a 1v3 right now. Now Pawn comes through, but through the smoke, elevated position from King Skunk allows him to find that kill onto Pawn. And this could be the beginning of the end here for MetriX with 2v5. And you've got someone coming in from behind as well. Try and backstab him. Not going to be necessary. Akipotter will get that kill. Auto director, please. Yols left it in 1v3. The shot's landing for him, though. Oh, hold on a second. Now in a 1v1. Oh, he's going to go for the knife. What a way to deny the 1v4 from Yols. What a great attempt from him, but it's not to be, unfortunately, and MetriX will lose the map 16-6. Really never getting off of the starting board on their CT side. Couldn't really make much happen. I'll throw it to a quick break. I think we're holding an interview with Yorick, who's the IGL for MetriX, and we can talk to him a bit about what happened in the game, what went wrong, what they can improve on, and how they feel in playing together. So we'll throw it to a quick break, and we will be right back.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just for us now. Yeah, I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up, you can have it all. Watch me rip it off, I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right.